Hello everyone. Today I am going to show you the titration that is included in your class 12 practical syllabus for the council, and you have two redox titrations this time. Okay, one is the reaction between KMnO4 and oxalic acid, and the another one is reaction between KMnO4 and more salt, that is ammonium ferrous sulfate. So the first one I am showing you the oxalic acid one. Okay, so in your exam you will be supplied three solutions. One is the KMnO4 solution. It will be named like C10, C11, C12, like that. You will be given oxalic acid solution, and you will be given a special H2SO4 solution. So these three will be given to you. You will have a burette, this one. You will have a pipette, this one. A conical flask to carry out the titration, a funnel to fill up the burette with KMnO4, and a measuring cylinder to take approximate volume of H2SO4. The basic difference between these two, this one for exact volume measurement, this one for approximate volume measurement. So the first step is to fill the burette with the KMnO4 solution. Okay, never try to fill up this with KMnO4 in this way. It may come in contact with your eyes. So always detach the burette from the clamp first, that is the rule. Use the funnel and fill it up at your eye level. Never raise this while filling up above the level of your eye. Now you have to fit this volume to the zero level. So while doing this, make sure this funnel is removed. Otherwise you will forget to remove it and you will continue titration with it. It may happen that during the mixing some drops may come extra from this funnel, and that will lead to the error. So this is now filled and you can see it is above 0. So I will make it up to 0. So now my burette is set exactly at 0. You can see. So now my burette is ready. Now I will clamp it. So my burette is ready. Fine. Now the main reaction is between KMnO4 and oxalic acid. So we have to take exact volume of oxalic acid. That means we need to use the pipette. While the reaction medium is acidic, so we need approximately 25 ml of H2SO4. So we take the oxalic acid with pipette and H2SO4 with a measuring cylinder. So here is my conical. This is a 25 ml bulb pipette. It is written here. And you know these things because you have done titration in class 11, the acid base titration. So basic procedure is same. So you can see it is exactly up to the mark, and now we'll put it in the conical. Now you have a tendency that when you add this at the end, you blow it, right? You put some air. That is not the process. Just 3 times, and that's all. That is 25 ml. No need to blow some air inside the pipette. Now I will take approximately 25 ml. So it can be 24, it can be 26, it doesn't matter. This H2SO4 will be supplied to you, these 3 solutions. So now I am adding this H2SO4 to this solution. Approximately 25 ml. Okay. So now my conical is ready. Now what happens, this solution takes place at elevated temperature. You need to heat this solution. When it is titration with oxalic acid, you need to heat this solution, but not to a very high temperature. As soon as fumes starts coming at the mouth of the conical, then you can perform the titration. You have to carry out the titration, the reaction in warm condition. So I put it on the flame, and very soon you will see vapor will come at the neck of this conical flask. If you get scared to touch this one with your bare hand, then it is better to take a piece of cloth, or you can roll a piece of paper, and with the help of that you can hold it. See, vapors are coming and getting condensed at the wall, and soon some fumes will start coming. See, now the fumes has started coming. You can see the fumes are coming and getting condensed at the neck. So hardly you will need 1 minute heating of this solution. Okay, so now you can clearly see the fumes are coming here. So this amount of heating is more than sufficient, and now you will do the titration. Remember, shaking and addition, it will take place simultaneously. So if you are right handed, it is always prescribed that you use your left hand for the operation of burette and right hand for its shaking. And remember, this pointed part must be inside the conical, so that not even a single drop comes out of the conical. So take it like this: left hand, addition and simultaneous shaking. Now how long we will do it? See, it is reacting, the pink color is not persisting. Now in this titration, the pink color of this KMnO4 act as the self indicator. So as soon as that color persists permanently inside the conical, that means titration is complete. Now it is always prescribed, it is always said that bring out the color change by addition of 1 drop, and more dilute the color, more appropriate is the titration. I will discuss this thing later in the basics of titration, that why it is always suggested that bring the color in 1 drop. If the color is not intense, very light, then it is more appropriate. Okay, so less intense the color, more appropriate is the titration. So we will try to bring the color in 1 drop. Both of your hands will operate simultaneously. Okay, and try so that not even a single drop comes out of the conical. Again, not even a single drop gets adhered at the wall of the conical. See, the color has come. And if you see the difference between these two colors, this is very, very dilute, very light color, right? If I show it with a white background, you can see, that means the titration is perfect. You have to bring the color by 1 drop. And now you have to take the reading here. So the value comes here is 27.1. You can see the value comes here is 27.1. Okay. In the pink, this is 28, this is 27. So 27.1. So this part is done, titration. Now what you need to do, you have to do it for at least 2 times or 3 times. So when 2 times and when 3 times. The thing is, for the second time when you will do the titration, you are using the same solution, same supplied solution. So it should come exactly the same. Now somehow for the second time when you do, it comes at 27 or at 27.2. Then you have to repeat it for the third time to get at least 2 concordant reading. This word is very important, concordant. Okay, you cannot take the mean, the average of the 2 or 3 readings. Never. you cannot do it. So concordant reading means exactly same reading. That is very, very important. So suppose it has come 27.1, for the second time it come 27. Then you have to do it for the third time, and that third reading must be either 27 or 27.1. That means out of the 3 readings, 2 must be identical, and that is the reading you will use for the calculation. I will show the calculation that comes in your exam in the next video. Here I have shown you just the procedure, and you have to, if you do it for the second time and you get 27.1 again, you don't need to do it for the third time, because you get 2 identical reading. But if you don't get 2 identical readings, you have to do it for the third time, and out of these 3 readings, 2 readings must be the same. With that reading you will do all the calculation. So for the oxalic acid, fill it properly with KMnO4, 0 mark, remove the funnel, take the conical, with pipette take the oxalic acid solution, with measuring cylinder approximately 25 ml H2SO4, mix it in the conical, heat it to a certain temperature so that fumes are coming out, do the titration, get the value, record it in the table in your paper. So that is the procedure. Calculation we will come with in the next video. Thank you.